OpenAI, $157 billion valuation, but a $5 billion loss. Anthropic, burning cash, zero profit. Inflection, raised $1 billion, shut down. It's all just going up in smoke.
We have made a soft promise to investors that once we've built this sort of generally intelligent system, basically we will ask it to figure out a way to generate an investment return for you.
He wasn't kidding. Welcome to artificial intelligence, the only industry where burning billions isn't a crisis, it's the pitch. November 30th, 2022. I remember exactly where I was when ChatGPT dropped, scrolling Twitter at midnight, seeing the same reaction everywhere. Holy shit, 100 million users in 2 months. Not the usual tech hype, this was different. People were genuinely stunned. Think about that. My friend who's a lawyer started using it to draft contracts. My cousin in high school used it to write essays. My mom who still asks me to fix her email, asked me if she should be worried about her job. That's when you know something has changed. Inside Google, they declared a code red, not a drill, an actual emergency. Sundar Pichai reportedly pulled engineers from every division. The company that invented the transformer architecture, the tech behind ChatGPT, was now scrambling to catch up to OpenAI. Microsoft's Satya Nadella wrote a check for $13 billion, their single largest investment ever. Bigger than LinkedIn, bigger than GitHub. He didn't just invest in OpenAI, he bet the company's future on it. And then the real madness began. Venture capitalists started throwing money at anything that breathed AI. I watched pitch decks get funded that were literally just, we're building AI for X industry. What's your technology? AI. What's your business model? AI. What's your defensibility? AI. $50 billion deployed in 2023 alone. Rounds closing in days. Valuations that made no sense. Everyone kept saying the same thing. This is the new internet. This is the new electricity. And the unspoken threat underneath it all. Miss this wave and you're dead. Rationality became the enemy. Skepticism became career suicide. So everyone jumped in. But here's what nobody wanted to talk about at those pitch meetings. Running AI isn't like running a normal tech company. It's not like spinning up a web server and scaling as you grow. It's more like operating a steel mill. Training GPT-4 cost over $100 million just to train it once. But that's not even the scary part. The scary part is running it. Every time you have a conversation with ChatGPT, OpenAI costs money. Real money. Estimates put it at around $700,000 per day just to keep ChatGPT running. That's $21 million a month for one product. You know who's making money in this gold rush? The same people who made money in the last gold rush, the ones selling the shovels. NVIDIA's stock is up 700% in 2 years. They posted a $30 billion quarter because everyone building AI needs their chips. Everyone else, they're customers, standing in line, paying whatever NVIDIA asks. Let me tell you about my friend Jake. Smart guy, Stanford CS, raised $8 million for his AI startup last year. He called me 2 months ago. His burn rate was $600,000 per month. 70% of that was going to cloud computing costs and API fees. His revenue? About $40,000 per month. At that rate, he had 14 months before the money ran out. His response? Yeah, but we're growing 20% month over month. I asked him when he'd break even. He went quiet. That's when I realized he hadn't thought about it. Nobody was thinking about it. Jake's company shut down 4 weeks ago. He's not alone. Want to know the truth about most AI startups? They're wrappers. They call OpenAI's API or Anthropic's API. They add some custom prompts, maybe a nice interface. They call it proprietary technology. It's not. Money flows in from venture capitalists who believe the hype. Money flows out to OpenAI, to Amazon Web Services, to Microsoft Azure. What stays in the company? Usually nothing. But surely OpenAI themselves are making money, right? They're the ones everyone's paying. No, OpenAI hasn't made a profit. Not in 2024, not in 2023, not ever since they were founded in 2015. Sam Altman spends half his time raising money now. Not building products, not talking to customers, raising money to cover the losses from last year's money. And the non-profit structure they started with, the one that was supposed to keep them honest, they're desperately trying to convert to for-profit now. That's not what confidence looks like. That's what desperation looks like. Let me show you something that keeps me up at night. OpenAI, $157 billion valuation, losing $5 billion a year. Anthropic, 18 billion valuation, not profitable. Now compare that to Coca-Cola, $270 billion valuation, makes $10 billion in profit every year. Actual cash, dividends, money you can touch. Or Costco or Procter & Gamble, these companies make things people buy every single day, reliably, for decades. What does OpenAI make? No, seriously, what's the product you can't live without? They charge $20 a month for ChatGPT Plus. Sounds reasonable, right? Except each Plus user costs them more than $20 per month to serve. They lose money on every subscriber. But enterprise contracts, sure. Big companies paying big money. Except those same big companies are now building their own models. Why pay OpenAI when you can do it yourself? But the API, right? Until Llama 3 performs 90% as well and it's free. Until Mistral matches you and runs on a laptop. The moat is shrinking fast. I talked to a VC last month. Off the record, he told me something chilling. Half the AI companies we funded will be dead in 18 months. He knows this. We know this. We're betting that one or two will break through and return the entire fund. That's not investing. That's gambling. The defense you always hear is, but Amazon lost money for years. Facebook burned cash early on. True, but they had paths to profitability, clear as day. Amazon, sell more stuff, economies of scale kick in. Eventually, you're profitable. Simple. Facebook, get users, show them ads, print money. Straightforward. AI companies? What's the path? Nobody has a good answer. Here's what's going to happen. The market will consolidate. It always does. 3 types of companies survive. Type 1, the giants. Microsoft, Google, Meta. They can lose billions forever because they make billions elsewhere. Search ads, cloud services, social media ads. Real businesses subsidizing AI experiments. Type 2, the specialists. Tiny companies that found one specific profitable niche. They exist. I know a few, but they're rare, and they're not worth billions. Type 3, NVIDIA, because everyone needs shovels.
Look, I want to be wrong about this. I really do. The technology is incredible, genuinely world-changing. I use it every day, but incredible technology and sustainable business are not the same thing. The internet was revolutionary too. That didn't stop hundreds of companies from imploding in 2000. The Metaverse was supposed to be the future. Meta burned $40 billion on it. Where is it now? So here's the question we should all be asking. Is AI the internet? A fundamental shift that changes everything forever? Or is it the Metaverse, billions burned on a vision that never quite materializes? The answer might not be in Silicon Valley at all, because while American AI companies are burning through billions chasing unicorns, there's a city in China where AI is already making money, where it's embedded into everything, where it's not a bet on the future, it's just Tuesday, and that changes everything.